Where's your sign?
Now, at your leisure.
Did he really?
Yeah.
He immediately retreated from that position, by the way.
Oh my gosh! Thank you, Carla.
He said he knocked you out there with a piece of cardboard and a permanent marker that was almost
Of course, your voice was out last time at the Minnie's party. I'm doing well,
I had to
sir.
write notes when we met.
No, you will be.
We
I
stole
still have that notebook.
We stole your helmet, or your helicopter pilot's helmet, when you were come back from the service, and you had like a foot locker full of equipment. And we used to use it all the time for every kind of thing. Ken Duffy, sir, how are you?
Hello.
How have you been? I hope you're good. I'm getting the whole story about how you met your wife here.
Oh, really?
Like in moments, we are moments away from.
You're prepared. Maybe I'd better. Oh.
Yeah, you better stay. You're just a consult.
Last night it was after 9.
He wants to know how we got together, what kind of a lie we want to tell him.
Well, were you a really good dancer?
No, we don't know. I think I know the story. I can tell. You really want to know?
Yeah, I want to know. I'm getting this for posterity's sake, you know.
We
Posterior.
Well, that'll work too.
her sister and brother-in-law moved in the area where we live. When I say we, where I and my folks live. And her sister wanted to get me a date with her.
Yeah.
But she was only 16 at the time.
Oh, whoa.
And I was 21.
You were a lawbreaker, Ken.
I would have been.
5 years or something?
So they spent clear up to I think that was 1949 or 1949. And they spent clear up until 1956 trying to get us to together, saying we'd like each other. And so finally,
He just added a year to my age.
I know. Yeah.
Okay, now I'm panning over to you, Minnie. Now, why did it take them 6 years apparently to convince you to go on a date with Ken Duffy?
Never met Ken.
All right.
Well, I don't know. There was a lot of life going on in between there, and I never did meet him during, all that long span of time.
And so they finally said you have to go out with him. He's lonely. He needs he needs a date.
Went into the service, and all that stuff.
When I got back, and one Friday night, I decided,
Thank you, Pop. Wow, look at that.
He couldn't find any agates, so he picked those up.
Now, Ken, you were in Korea, correct? Like you fought in Korea, and how long did you go? Were you there?
Oh, about 10 months.
Oh,
Over
yeah.
the winter time.
It was cold.
Oh, it was pretty chilly.
I've only heard rumor.
Well, when they came around to pick up our summer sleeping bags and give us winter ones, I was supposed to take it down and change it. Well, instead of doing that, I went down to get the other one, and they said, bring that other one down. And I agreed with them and taken the new one and left, and I forgot to go back.
I'm glad that sleeping bag.
You'll be sleeping on it tonight, right?
By putting that sleeping bag inside of the new one, and then throwing my overcoat over the top of that, I was able to stay warm. And I was in a Korean house to boot,
And burning the furniture.
Right.
The doors.
Well, they were.
The doors there were about this high. You come up to the door here, and you had to step over it in, and so it was pretty nice, and anyway, that was to Japan a couple of times.
Nice.
Actually, I'd taken a week's vacation and flew over to Japan while I was in Korea.
You get to see all the what sites remained, so to speak?
Well, one of the boys was in high school at the same time I was. He lives down there now. Still lives down there on Grand Stater Lane, near where my folks live. And we still go out to dinner about every couple of months, his wife and us.
Just check in and see how you're doing?
And we go out to...
Well, when did you decide that Minnie Duffy what's Minnie's maiden name?
Dukes.
Minnie Dukes. That's pretty good. That's straight out of Dukes of Hazzard. All right, so when did you decide Minnie Dukes was the gal for you? You're going to ask her out.
Well, I'd never seen her before, but when I decided to get married, I decided on a Friday night. And Saturday morning, I got up and met her.
Arranged.
Had her sister to have her to come down and introduce us.
All right. Just go through the Rolodex, huh? Be like,
oh. 2 weeks later, we went up to tell them we're getting married.
Nice.
2 weeks. Well,
Marta, how are you doing?
All about each other from everybody talking back and forth.
Good. I'm trying to get the story of how your parents met. You know, being that they were sort of integral in my growing up, I feel like it's important to document the how they came together as a couple, and then decided to have 8 kids.
Yeah, well, nothing.
Which is also peculiar.
He came over one day and never left.
I think that might be the right. Your dad just told me a story that made no sense. He's like, I woke up on Friday, I was going to get married. I said, who can I call? I called her sister and said, hook me up. You know, the rest is history.
In those words, exactly.
Back in 1950,
whatever. Right. I may be paraphrasing for 1949 or whenever it was.
It doesn't make any sense, but that's a story he's told me, too.
Right. See, thanks for backing me up.
Brooms, and that he came to your door and you ordered one, and then when he brought it back, he showed you how it worked, and he never laughed. No?
No.
All right, come on, tell us the story. Give us your version, because I can't just have Ken's on there. That won't do.
The other side of the coin.
Well, it has a lot to do with it, all right. I had I think it was a Tupperware party, and my sister ordered a mop.
Oh, mops.
And so he wanted to get introduced, so he pulled my brother-in-law into the game and said, take me down and introduce me to her. And so I guess they needed an excuse, so they came after the mop.
That's how romance got started back in the day. It's like, hey, remember that mop I bought?
Has existed pretty much a long time.
Was that a Friday night?
It's usually involved mops and brooms.
He's been mopping up his messes ever since.
Right.
I was going to say. Sense. I mean, he used to tease his dad used to tease his mother just unmercifully. Chasing the brooms. It was a romantic instrument to him.
It took a lot for him to overcome the psychological, fears of brooms and mops.
No, that's the romantic. You get chased by a mop.
That knockout of it took him 7 years to get up his courage and a big old story to get in front of you.
What's the bravest man in the world?
I got to say, though, Minnie Duffy always had an amazing head of hair back in the day, like a ponytail down to her hips when I was a kid. And she was freakishly strong. She could pick up a whole couch with kids sitting on it, and vacuum right under it, like something out of a movie.
Hair down so you can see how long.
Well, yeah, sure, if you want, you might as well.
She's grown it out.
He used to tell me if it wasn't for you, there's many times he'd have started us.
It's like,
I think he stretches it quite a bit too, because I happened to take him home one night when it was dinner time at his house, and those people ate. Yeah, they're all chubby for a reason, me included. But there's a lot of good meals over at the Duffy's house, And
And a lot of hot showers I stole from Sean. You know.
Hot showers have gone out.
Yeah. Well, see, Sean likes a hot shower, and I like a hot shower, and I would languish in there for hours. You know, with Ken's solar water heating system. You know, it seems sort of limitless, but Sean would always get the short end of the stick.
The solar system not far back. Really?
Well, I mean, I guess you must have had it in like 83, 84, something like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, yeah, we built that in 80.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you were born in 70. So
Yeah.
We all get old.
Tick-tock, right? Okay. All right, so there's the story of how Minnie and Ken Duffy met.